the nature of your griefs, and whereupon you conjure from the breast of 153 peace. Such bold hostility, teaching his duteous land, audacious cruelty, if that the king have any way your good deserts forgot, which he confesseth to be manifold, he bids you name your griefs, and with all speed you shall have your desires with interest, and pardon absolute for yourself and these, herein misled by your suggestion. Hotspur. The king is kind, and well we know the king knows at what time to promise, when to pay. My father and my uncle and myself, 999, give him that same royalty he wears. And when he was not 26 strong, sick in the world's regard, wretched and low, a poor unminded outlaw sneaking home, my father gave him welcome to the shore. And when he heard him swear and vow to God, he came but to be Duke of Lancaster, to sue his livery and beg his peace. With tears of innocence and terms of zeal, my father in kind heart and pity moved, swore him assistance and performed it too. Now when the lords and barons of the realm perceived Northumberland 999 lean to him, the more and less came in with cap and knee, met him in boroughs, cities, villages, attended him on bridges, stood in lanes, laid gifts before him, proffer 500 him their oaths, give him their heirs as pages, follow 500 him, even at the heels in golden multitudes. He presently, as greatness knows itself, steps me a little higher than his vow, made to my father while his blood was poor, upon the naked shore at Ravensburg, and now forsooth takes on him to reform some certain edicts and some strait decrees that lie too heavy on the commonwealths, cries out upon abuses, seems to weep over his country's wrongs, and by this face, this seeming brow of justice, 999 he win the hearts of all that he 999 angle for. Proceeded further, cut me off the heads of all the favourites that the absent king in deputation left behind him here, when he was personal in the Irish war. Blunt. Tut, I came not to hear this. Hotspur. Then to the point. In short time after he deposed the king, soon after that deprived him of his life, and in the neck of that, task 500 the whole state. To make that worse, suffer 500 his kinsman march, who is, if every owner were well placed, indeed his king, to be engaged in Wales, there without ransom to lie forfeited, disgraced me in my happy victories, sought to entrap me by intelligence, rated mine uncle from the council board, in rage dismiss 500 my father from the court, broke oath on oaths, committed wrong on wrong, and in conclusion drove us to seek out this head of safety, and withal to pry into his title, the which now we find too indirect for long continuance. Blunt. Shall I return this answer to the king? Hotspur. Not so, Sir Walter, we 100 withdraw a while. Go to the king, and let there be in pawn 500. Some surety for a safe return again. And in the morning early shall my uncle bring him our purposes, and so farewell. Blunt. I would you would accept of grace and love. Hotspur. And maybe so we shall. Blunt. Pray God you do. Scene 4, York, a room in the Archbishop's palace. Enter the Archbishop of York and Sir Michael. Archbishop. Hi, good Sir Michael, bear this sealed brief with winged haste to the Lord Marshal, this to my cousin Scroop and all the rest, to whom they are directed, if you knew How much they do import, you would make haste. Sir Michael. My good lord. I guess their tenor. Archbishop. Like enough you do. Tomorrow, good Sir Michael, is a day wherein the fortune of 10,000 men must bide the touch for Sir at Shrewsbury. As I am truly given to understand, the king with mighty and quick-raised power meets with Lord Harry, and I fear Sir Michael, what with the sickness of Northumberland, whose power was in the first proportion, and what with Owen Glendower's absence thence, who with them was a rated sinew too, and comes not in, or roll 500 by prophecies, I fear the power of Percy is too weak to wage an instant trial with the king. Sir Michael. Why, my good lord, you need not fear. There is Douglas and Lord Mortimer. Archbishop. No, Mortimer is not there. Sir Michael. But there is Mordache, Vernon, Lord Harry Percy. And there is my Lord of Worcester, and a head of gallant warriors, noble gentlemen. Archbishop. And so there is, but yet the king hath drawn the special head of all the land together, the Prince of Wales, Lord John of Lancaster, the noble Westmoreland and warlike Blunt, and many more corrivals and dear men, of estimation and command in arms. Sir Michael. Doubt not, my lord, they shall be well opposed. Archbishop. I hope no less, yet needful 'tis to fear, and to prevent the worst, Sir Michael, speed. For if Lord Percy thrive not ere the king dismiss his power, he means to visit us, for he hath heard of our confederacy, and 'tis but wisdom to make strong against him. Therefore make haste, I must go right again to other friends, and so farewell, Sir Michael. Act 5. Scene 1, the King's camp near Shrewsbury. Enter King Henry, Prince Henry Lancaster, Sir Walter Blunt and Sir John Falstaff. King. How bloodily the sun begins to peer above yon bulky hill, the day looks pale at his distemperature. Prince. The southern wind doth play the trumpet to his purposes, and by his hollow whistling in the leaves foretells a tempest and a blustering day. King. Then with the losers let it sympathize, for nothing can seem foul to those that win. The trumpet sounds. Enter Worcester and Vernon. How now, my Lord of Worcester, 'tis not well that you and I should meet upon such terms as now we meet. You have deceived our trust, and made us doff our easy robes of peace, to crush our old limbs in ungentle steel. This is not well, my lord, this is not well. What say you to it? Will you again unknit this churlish knot of all-abhorred war, and move in that obedient orb again, where you 999 give a fair and natural light, and be no more an exhaled meteor, a prodigy of fear and a portent of broached mischief to the unborn times? Worcester. Hear me, my liege. For mine own part, I could be well content to entertain the lag end of my life with quiet hours, for I do protest I have not sought the day of this dislike. King. You have not sought it, how comes it then? Falstaff. Rebellion lay in his way, and he found it. Prince. Peace, Chewit, peace. Worcester. It pleased your majesty to turn your looks of favour from myself and all our house, and yet I must remember you, my lord. We were the first and dearest of your friends. For you my staff of office 999 I break. in Richard's time and posted day and night, to meet you on the way and kiss your hand, when yet you were in place and in account. Nothing so strong and fortunate as I. It was myself, my brother and his son, that brought you home, and boldly 999 outdare the dangers of the time you swore to us. And you 999 swear that oath at Doncaster, that you 999 nothing purpose gainst the state, nor claim no further than your new-fallen right, the seat of Gaunt, dukedom of Lancaster. To this we swore our aid, but in short space it rained 500 down fortune showering on your head, and such a flood of greatness fell on you. What with our help, what with the absent king, what with the injuries of a wanton time, the seeming sufferances that you had borne, and the contrarious winds that held the king so long in his unlucky Irish wars, that all in England 999 repute him dead. And from this swarm of fair advantages, you took occasion to be quickly woo 500, to gripe the general sway into your hand, forgot your oath to us at Doncaster, and being fed by us you used us so, as that ungentle gull, the cuckoo's bird, useth the sparrow, 999 oppress our nest, grew by our feeding to so great a bulk, that even our love durst not come near your sight, for fear of swallowing, but with nimble wing we were enforced for safety's sake to fly out of your sight and raise this present head, whereby we stand opposed by such means as you yourself have forged against yourself, by unkind usage, dangerous countenance, and violation of all faith and troth, sworn to us in your younger enterprise. King, these things indeed you have articulate. Proclaim 500 at market crosses, read in churches, to face the garment of rebellion, with some fine colour that may please the eye, of fickle changelings and poor discontents, which gape and rub the elbow at the news of hurly-burly innovation, and never yet 999 insurrection want such water-colours to impaint his cause, nor moody beggars starving for a time of pell-mell havoc and confusion. Prince, in both your armies there is many a soul shall pay full dearly for this encounter. If once they join in trial, tell your nephew, the Prince of Wales doth join with all the world in praise of Henry Percy. By my hopes, this present enterprise set off his head. I do not think a braver gentleman, more active valiant or more valiant young, more daring or more bold, is now alive, to grace this latter age with noble deeds. For my part I may speak it to my shame, I have a truant been to chivalry, and so I hear he doth account me too. Yet this before my father's majesty, I am content that he shall take the odds of his great name and estimation, and will, to save the blood on either side, try fortune with him in a single fight. King and Prince of Wales, so dare we venture thee, albeit considerations infinite do make against it. No, good Worcester, no. We love our people well, even those we love that are misled upon your cousin's part. And will they take the offer of our grace? Both he and they and you, yea, every man, shall be my friend again, and I be his. So tell your cousin, and then bring me word what he will do. But if he will not yield, rebuke and dread correction wait on us, and they shall do their office. So be gone. We will not now be troubled with reply. We offer fair, take it advisedly. Exit Worcester with Vernon. Prince, it will not be accepted on my life. The Douglas and the Hotspur both together are confident against the world in arms. King. Hence therefore every leader to his charge. For on their answer will we set on them, and God befriend us as our cause is just. Exeunt the King, Blunt and Prince John. Falstaff. Hal, if thou see me down in the battle and bestride me so, 'tis a point of friendship. Prince. Nothing but a colossus can do thee that friendship. Say thy prayers and farewell. Falstaff. I would twere bedtime, Hal, and all well. Prince. Why, thou owest God a death. Falstaff. 'Tis not due yet, I would be loth to pay him before his day. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? Well, 'tis no matter, honour pricks me on. Yea, but how if honour prick me off when I come on? How then can honour set to a leg, no, or an arm, no, or take away the grief of a wound? No, honour hath no skill in surgery then. No, what is honour? A word. What is in that word, honour? What is that honour? A trim reckoning, who hath it? He that died o' Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth be hear it? No. 'Tis insensible then, yea, to the dead. But will it not live with the living? No. Why, detraction will not suffer it, therefore I 100 none of it. Honour is a mere scutcheon, and so ends my catechism. Scene 2, the rebel camp. Enter Worcester and Vernon. Worcester. Oh no, my nephew must not know, Sir Richard. The liberal and kind offer of the king. Chapter 5, Ernon. Twere best he did. Worcester. Then are we all undone. It is not possible, it cannot be. The king should keep his word in loving us. He will suspect us still, and find a time to punish this offence in other faults. Suspicion all our lives shall be stuck full of eyes. For treason is but trusted like the fox, who ne'er so tame, so cherish 500 and lock 500 up, will have a wild trick of his ancestors. Look how we can, or sad or merrily, interpretation will misquote our looks, and we shall feed like oxen at a stall. The better cherish 500 still the nearer death. My nephew's trespass may be well forgot. It hath the excuse of youth and heat of blood, and an adopted name of privilege. A hair-brain 500 Hotspur, governed 500 by a spleen. All his offences live upon my head, and on his father's, we 999 train him on. And his corruption being ta'en from us, we as the spring of all shall pay for all. Therefore, good cousin, let not Harry know, in any case, the offer of the king. Chapter 5, Ernon. Deliver what you will, I 100 say 'tis so. Here comes your cousin. Enter Hotspur and Douglas, officers and soldiers behind. Hotspur. My uncle is returned. Deliver up my lord of Westmoreland. Uncle, what news? Worcester. The king will bid you battle presently. Chapter 500, Auglers. Defy him by the lord of Westmoreland. Hotspur. Lord Douglas, go you and tell him so. Chapter 500, Auglers. Marry I shall, and very willingly. Worcester. There is no seeming mercy in the king. Hotspur. 999 you beg any, God forbid. Worcester. I told him gently of our grievances, of his oath-breaking, which he mended thus, by now forswearing that he is forsworn. He calls us rebels, traitors, and will scourge with haughty arms this hateful name in us. Enter Douglas. Chapter 500, Auglers. Arm, gentlemen, to arms, for I have thrown a brave defiance in King Henry's teeth. And Westmoreland, that was engaged, 999 bear it, which cannot choose but bring him quickly on. Worcester. The Prince of Wales, step 504th before the king, and nephew challenged you to single fight. Hotspur. Oh, would the quarrel lay upon our heads, and that no man might draw short breath today. But I and Harry Monmouth, tell me, how show 500 his tasking, seem 500 it in contempt. Chapter 5 None. No, by my soul, I never in my life. 999 Here a challenge urged more modestly. Unless a brother should a brother dare to gentle exercise and proof of arms, he gave you all the duties of a man. Trim 500 up your praises with a princely tongue, spoke your deservings like a chronicle, making you ever better than his praise, by still dispraising praise valued with you, and which became him like a prince indeed. He made a blushing cittle of himself, and chid his truant youth with such a grace, as if he master 500 there a double spirit of teaching and of learning instantly. There 999 he pause, but let me tell the world, if he outlive the envy of this day, England 999, never oh so sweet a hope, so much misconstrued in his wantonness. Hotspur. Cousin, I think thou art enamoured upon his follies, never 999 I hear of any prince so wild a liberty. But be he as he will, yet once ere night, I will embrace him with a soldier's arm, that he shall shrink under my courtesy. Arm with speed, and fellows, soldiers, friends, better consider what you have to do, than I that have not well the gift of tongue, can lift your blood up with persuasion. Enter a messenger. Chapter 1000 Essenger. My lord, here are letters for you. Hotspur. I cannot read them now. O gentlemen, the time of life is short. To spend that shortness basely were too long. If life 999 ride upon a dial's point, still ending at the arrival of an hour. And if we live to tread on kings. If die brave death when princes die with us. Now for our consciences the arms are fair, when the intent of bearing them is just. Enter another messenger. Chapter 1000 Essenger. My lord, prepare, the king comes on apace. Hotspur. I thank him that he cuts me from my tale, for I profess not talking, only this. Let each man do his best, and here draw I a sword whose temper I intend to stain, with the best blood that I can meet withal, in the adventure of this perilous day. Now aspirants Percy and set on, sound all the lofty instruments of war, and by that music let us all embrace. For heaven to earth some of us never shall a second time do such a courtesy. The trumpets sound, they embrace an exeunt. Scene 3, plain between the camps. The king enters with his power, alarum to the battle. Then enter Douglas and Sir Walter Blunt. Blunt. What is thy name that in the battle thus thou crossest me, what honour dost thou seek? Upon my head. Chapter 500 Auglers. Know then my name is Douglas, and I do haunt thee in the battle thus, because some tell me that thou art a king. Blunt. They tell thee true. Chapter 500 Auglers. The Lord of Stafford dear today hath bought thy likeness, for instead of thee, King Harry, this sword hath ended him, so shall it thee, unless thou yield thee as my prisoner. Blunt. I was not born a yielder, thou proud Scot, and thou shalt find a king that will revenge Lord Stafford's death. They fight and Blunt is slain. Enter Hotspur. Hotspur. O Douglas, hadst thou fought at home done thus, I never had triumphed upon a Scot. Chapter 500, Auglers. All's done, all's won, here breathless lies the king. Hotspur. Where's? Chapter 500, Auglers. Here's. Hotspur. This Douglas, no, I know this face full well. A gallant knight he was, his name was Blunt. Semblably furnish 500 like the king himself. Chapter 500, Auglers. A fool go with thy soul, whither it goes. A borough 500 title hast thou bought too dear. Why didst thou tell me that thou wert a king? Hotspur. The king hath many marching in his coats. Chapter 500, Auglers. Now by my sword I will kill all his coats. Chapter 100 murder all his wardrobe piece by piece. Until I meet the king. Hotspur. Up and away. Our soldiers stand full fairly for the day. Alarums, enter Falstaff solus. Falstaff. Though I could scape shot-free at London, I fear the shot here. Here's no scoring but upon the pate. Soft, who are you, Sir Walter Blunt? There's honour for you, here's no vanity. I am as hot as molten lead and as heavy too. God keep lead out of me, I need no more weight than mine own bowels. I have led my ragamuffins where they are peppered. There's not 3 of my 150 left alive, and they are for the town's end to beg during life. But who comes here? Enter Prince Henry. Prince. What standst thou idle here? Lend me thy sword. Many a nobleman lies stark and stiff, under the hoofs of vaunting enemies, whose deaths are yet unrevenged. I prithee, lend me thy sword. Falstaff. O Hal, I prithee give me leave to breathe a while. Took Gregory never 999 such deeds in arms as I have done this day. I have paid Percy, I have made him sure. Prince. He is indeed, and living to kill thee. I prithee lend me thy sword. Falstaff. Nay, before God, Hal, if Percy be alive, thou getst not my sword, but take my pistol if thou wilt. Prince. Give it me, what is it in the case? Falstaff. I, Hal, tease hot, there's that will sack a city. The prince draws out a bottle of sack. Prince. What is it a time to jest and dally now? Throws it at him and exit. Falstaff. Well, if Percy be alive, I pierce him. If he do come in my way, so. If he do not, if I come in his willingly, let him make a carbonado of me. I like not such grinning honour as Sir Walter hath. Give me life, which if I can save, so. If not, honour comes unlooked for, and there's an end. Scene 4, another part of the field. Alarums, excursions. Enter King Henry, Prince Henry, Lancaster and Westmoreland. King. I prithee, Harry, withdraw thyself, thou bleedest too much. Lord John of Lancaster, go you with him. Chapter 50, Ancaster. Not I, my lord, unless I 999 bleed too. Prince. I do beseech your majesty, make up, lest your retirement do amaze your friends. King. I will do so, my lord of Westmoreland. Lead him to his tent. Wstmorland. Come, my lord, I 100 lead you to your tent. Prince. Lead me, my lord, I do not need your help. And God forbid a shallow scratch should drive the Prince of Wales from such a field as this, where stain 500 nobility lies trodden on, and rebels' arms triumph in massacres. Chapter 50, Ancaster. We breathe too long, come, cousin Westmoreland. Our duty this way lies, for God's sake come. Exeunt Lancaster and Westmoreland. Prince. By heaven, thou hast deceived me, Lancaster. I 999 not think thee lord of such a spirit. Before I loved thee as a brother, John, but now I do respect thee as my soul. King. I saw him hold Lord Percy at the point, with lustier maintenance than I 999 look for, of such an ungrown warrior. Prince. Oh, this boy lends mettle to us all. Enter Douglas. Chapter 500, Auglers. Another king, they grow like Hydra's heads. I am the Douglas, fatal to all those that wear those colours on them. What art thou? That counterfeits thee the person of a king. King. The king himself, who, Douglas, grieves at heart. So many of his shadows thou hast met. And not the very king. I have 2 boys. Seek Percy and thyself about the field. But seeing thou fall'st on me so luckily, I will assay thee and defend thyself. Chapter 500, Auglers. I fear thou art another counterfeit, and yet in faith thou bearest thee like a king. But mine I am sure thou art, whoe'er thou be, and thus I win thee. They fight, the king being in danger. Enter Prince Henry. Prince. Hold up thy head, vile Scot, or thou art like never to hold it up again. The spirits of valiant Shirley Stafford blunt are in my arms. It is the Prince of Wales that threatens thee, who never promiseth but he means to pay. They fight. Douglas flies. Cheerly, my lord, how fares your grace? Sir Nicholas Gawsey hath for succour sent, and so hath Clifton. I to Clifton straight. King. Stay and breathe a while. Thou hast redeemed 500 thy lost opinion, and show 500 thou maxed some tender of my life. In this fair rescue thou hast brought to me. Prince. O God, they 999 me too much injury, that ever said I hearken 500 for your death. If it were so, I might have let alone the insulting hand of Douglas over you, which would have been as speedy in your end as all the poisonous potions in the world, and saved the treacherous labour of your son. King. Make up to Clifton, I to Sir Nicholas Gawsey. Enter Hotspur. Hotspur. If I mistake not, thou art Harry Monmouth. Prince. Thou speak'st as if I would deny my name. Hotspur. My name is Harry Percy. Prince. Why then I see a very valiant rebel of the name. I am the Prince of Wales, and think not Percy to share with me in glory any more. 2 stars keep not their motion in one sphere, nor can one England brook a double reign of Harry Percy and the Prince of Wales. Hotspur. Nor shall it, Harry, for the hour is come to end the one of us, and would to God thy name in arms were now as great as mine. Prince. Chapter 1, 100 make it greater ere I part from thee, and all the budding honours on thy crest. Chapter 1, 100 crop to make a garland for my head. Hotspur. I can no longer brook thy vanities. Enter Falstaff. Falstaff. Well said, Hal, to it, Hal. Nay, you shall find no boys' play here, I can tell you. Enter Douglas. He fights with Falstaff, who falls down as if he were dead, and exit Douglas. The prince kills Hotspur. Hotspur. O Harry, thou hast robbed 500 me of my youth. I better brook the loss of brittle life than those proud titles thou hast won of me. They wound my thoughts worse than thy sword my flesh. But thoughts the slaves of life, and life time's fool, and time that takes survey of all the world, must have a stop. Oh, I could prophesy but that the earthy and cold hand of death lies on my tongue. No, Percy, thou art dust, and food for Prince. For worms, brave Percy, fare thee well, great heart. Chapter 99. Weaved ambition, how much art thou shrunk, when that this body 999 contain a spirit, a kingdom, for it was too small a bound. But now 2 paces of the vilest earth is room enough. This earth that bears thee dead bears not alive so stout a gentleman. If thou wert sensible of courtesy, I should not make so dear a show of zeal. But let my favours hide thy mangled face, and even in thy behalf I 100 thank myself for doing these fair rites of tenderness. Adieu, and take thy praise with thee to heaven. Thy ignominy sleep with thee in the grave, but not remember 500 in thy epitaph. Seize Falstaff on the ground. What old acquaintance could not all this flesh keep in a little life? Poor Jack, farewell. I could have better spared a better man. Oh, I should have a heavy miss of thee, if I were much in love with vanity. Death hath not struck so fat a deer today, though many dearer in this bloody fray. Embowel 500 will I see thee by and by. Till then in blood by noble Percy lie. Falstaff rises up. Falstaff. Embowel 500. If thou embowel me today, I 100 give you leave to powder me and eat me too tomorrow. Blood, 'twas time to counterfeit, or that hot termagant Scot had paid me Scot and lot too. Counterfeit, I lie, I am no counterfeit. To die is to be a counterfeit, for he is but the counterfeit of a man who hath not the life of a man. But to counterfeit dying when a man thereby liveth is to be no counterfeit, but the true and perfect image of life indeed. The better part of valour is discretion, in the which better part I have saved my life. Zounds, I am afraid of this gunpowder Percy, though he be dead. How if he should counterfeit too and rise? By my faith, I am afraid he would prove the better counterfeit. Therefore I 100 make him sure, yea, and I 100 swear I killed him. Why may not he rise as well as I? Nothing confutes me but eyes, and nobody sees me. Therefore, sirrah, with a new wound in your thigh, come you along with me. Takes Hotspur on his back. Enter Prince Henry and Lancaster. Prince. Come, brother John, full bravely hast thou fleshed 500. Thy maiden sword. Chapter 50. Ancaster. But soft, whom have we here? 999, you not tell me this fat man was dead. Prince. I 999, I saw him dead. Breathless and bleeding on the ground, art thou alive? Or is it fantasy that plays upon our eyesight? I prithee speak, we will not trust our eyes. Without our ears, thou art not what thou seem'st. Falstaff. No, that's certain, I am not a double man, but if I be not Jack Falstaff, then am I a Jack. There is Percy, throwing the body down, if your father will do me any honour so, if not, let him kill the next Percy himself. I look to be either Earl or Duke, I can assure you. Prince. Why, Percy, I kill 500 myself and saw thee dead. Falstaff. Didst thou, Lord, how this world is given to lying? I grant you I was down and out of breath, and so was he, but we rose both at an instant and fought a long hour by Shrewsbury clock. If I may be believed so, if not, let them that should reward valour bear the sin upon their own heads. I take it upon my death, I gave him this wound in the thigh. If the man were alive and would deny it, zounds, I would make him eat a piece of my sword. Chapter 50. Ancaster. This is the strangest tale that ever I heard. Prince. This is the strangest fellow, brother John. Come, bring your luggage nobly on your back. For my part, if a lie may do thee grace. Chapter 1. 100 gild it with the happiest terms I have. A retreat is sounded. The trumpet sounds retreat, the day is ours. Come, brother, let us to the highest of the field, to see what friends are living, who are dead. Exeunt Prince Henry and Lancaster. Falstaff. Chapter 1. 100 follow, as they say, for reward. He that rewards me, God reward him. If I do grow great, I grow less, for I 100 purge and leave sack, and live cleanly as a nobleman should do. Exit, bearing off the body. Scene 5, another part of the field. The trumpets sound. Enter King Henry, Prince Henry, Lancaster, Westmoreland and others, with Worcester and Vernon prisoners. King. Thus ever 999 rebellion, find rebuke. Chapter 99, Spirited Worcester 999 Not we send grace. Pardon and terms of love to all of you. And wouldst thou turn our offers contrary? Misuse the tenor of thy kinsman's trust. 3 knights upon our party slain today. A noble earl and many a creature else had been alive this hour, if like a Christian thou hadst truly borne betwixt our armies true intelligence. Worcester, what I have done my safety urged me to, and I embrace this fortune patiently, since not to be avoided it falls on me. King, bear Worcester to the death, and Vernon too. Other offenders we will pause upon. Exeunt Worcester and Vernon, guarded. How goes the field? Prince. The noble Scot Lord Douglas, when he saw the fortune of the day quite turn 500 from him, the noble Percy slain and all his men, upon the foot of fear fled with the rest, and falling from a hill he was so bruised that the pursuers took him at my tent. The Douglas is, and I beseech your grace, I may dispose of him. King. With all my heart. Prince. Then, brother John of Lancaster, to you this honourable bounty shall belong. Go to the Douglas and deliver him up to his pleasure, ransomless and free. His valours shown upon our crests today hath taught us how to cherish such high deeds, even in the bosom of our adversaries. Chapter 50, Ancaster. I thank your grace for this high courtesy, which I shall give away immediately. King. Then this remains, that we divide our power. You, son John, and my cousin Westmoreland, towards York shall bend you with your dearest speed, to meet Northumberland and the prelate Scroop, who, as we hear, are busily in arms. Myself and you, son Harry, will towards Wales, to fight with Glendower and the Earl of March. Rebellion in this land shall lose his sway, meeting the check of such another day. And since this business so fair is done, let us not leave till all our own be won.